Join me in welcoming our host today, the Chief Executive Officer of Amundi, Valérie Baudson.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear clients and partners, and dear colleagues, it is once again my great pleasure to welcome you all to Paris for the 2026 Amundi World Investment Forum. More than 1,000 of you are taking part in this year's event, coming from all continents. This attendance bears witness to the momentum our forum has built year after year. I would like to thank you warmly for your continued trust. After reviewing where the world stands today, geopolitically, economically, and financially, I will share my outlook for the year ahead before turning to Amundi's strategic plan and the key milestones that have defined us this past year. First, let me share with you my convictions on the moving state of the world. On the geopolitical front, the fracturing of the multilateral order has accelerated. The conflict in the Middle East serves as a reminder that the world remains highly interconnected. Major powers no longer treat international law as a binding constraint. They are now more willing to use military strength to meet their strategic priorities. Global competition is now evident in the areas of critical resources, technological supremacy, and the race to build AI capabilities. All of this shapes a new security paradigm. On the economic front, the global economy has stayed reasonably strong, with growing divergence. In Europe, growth has proven more resilient. Inflation, previously close to target, is re-accelerating under the pressure of energy costs. Underlying inflation, however, remains relatively contained for now. In the US, growth has slowed and inflation has remained persistently above target. In Asia, China's economy remains split, with sound exports and weaker internal demand, while domestic consumption in India remained strong. In this environment, fiscal and monetary policy in both developed and emerging markets have gained greater significance. Today, markets have continued to offer opportunities, provided you knew where to look. Fueled by expectations around the effect of artificial intelligence, equities have reached record levels on the back of optimism, probably bordering on exuberance. Govies markets have been under pressure, reflecting inflationary tensions, shifting expectations for central bank rate hikes, and persistent fiscal imbalance. So what is the outlook for the coming months and beyond? In the age of empires, geopolitics has reclaimed primacy over economics. The era of frictionless globalization is giving way to an age of scarcity and competition for resources. It is reshaping alliances, supply routes, and investment opportunities. The upcoming US midterm elections are another source of uncertainty. The US-China relationship will continue on its trajectory of conflictual coexistence. In that space, Europe can act as a rebalancing element. As we adjust to the energy crisis, we enter a new geo-economic regime. The US economy is likely to remain resilient, but inflationary pressures will persist, testing the new Fed chair policy posture. In Europe, growth is expected to remain subdued this year due to the energy crisis, but over the long run, Europe's strategic agenda will continue to translate into higher defense and infrastructure spending, more resilient supply chains, and progress on the energy transition. Asia will continue to show multiple pillars of growth, including, but not limited to, China and India, with areas of attention for countries dependent on oil and gas imports. Markets will adjust to this new reality, still continuing to offer opportunities to investors. Artificial intelligence was primarily a tech story. It is now an energy story, transforming the competitive map. Cybersecurity will remain a risk to keep firmly in mind, as well as the cost of use. Fiscal dominance will be a major market driver in the next few years, particularly for fixed income markets. There is now a quiet but persistent questioning of US sovereign assets as the anchor of global stability. Global efficiency matters less. Regional dynamics matter more. So diversification must also consider currency, region, and sector, as well as supply chain exposure and energy security. Markets are likely to reward diversified portfolios that can withstand greater fragmentation and a more uncertain growth and inflation mix. That is when a larger exposure to Europe and Asia becomes increasingly compelling for investors. Building resilience will be very essential through high-quality bonds, structural equity themes, and selective private markets. As we enter this new regime, our mission is clear: to equip you with resilient portfolios that capture the transformative opportunities ahead. As the sole leading European asset manager in the global league, Amundi is uniquely positioned to be your trusted partner and to help you navigate this complex environment. Unique for its European perspective, Amundi stands out for its ability to better grasp local needs and to incorporate them into investment decisions. With 2.4 trillion euros in assets under management, 18 billion market capitalization, and yearly net inflows of 88 billion, Amundi is by far Europe's leading asset managers and ranks number 8 worldwide. With more than 600 distributors and 1,000 institutional clients, Amundi's international reach is the result of a strategy completely focused on your demands. 2025 therefore marked the successful launch of our new Invest for the Future 28 plan. Let me give you some details about it. We have, among others, two priority growth drivers: retirement and digitalization of savings. On retirement, we have created a dedicated business line. We start from a strong position, and our ambition is to become your preferred partner in Europe and Asia. On the digitalization of savings, we have set ourselves two objectives: supporting new digital players and helping banks accelerate their digital transition. We are targeting a doubling of our digital partners by 2028. Let's now turn to our geographical expansion. Asia is a major growth engine for Amundi. It is already our second domestic market. We are targeting 150 billion net inflows by 2028. Furthermore, we have announced with SBI our intention to list our Indian joint venture in 2026. Europe also presents significant growth opportunities that we continue to seize. We indeed plan to significantly increase our market share in Northern Europe from the UK to Germany. And finally, our new strategic plan provides for a strengthened presence in high potential regions such as Latin America. Let's now move to solutions. We want to continue investing to increase our expertise at your service. Our active management capabilities are essential to developing innovative solutions. We will digitalize our retirement solutions. We will innovate in securitization. We have also launched our first tokenized money market fund. We will, moreover, remain the world leader in responsible investment and will continue to widen the gap by innovating in the field of natural capital and blended finance. A case in point, we are very proud to have recently launched the largest and most comprehensive blended finance climate coalition in the world, the European Union's Global Green Bond Initiative. In the ETF space, we are the #1 European ETF provider. We are among the few global players truly operating at scale in this segment. Innovation within ETFs, whether passive or active, will remain a key driver in meeting your needs. In particular, we have just launched a white label ETF platform. Regarding private assets, growth will increasingly rely on our expanding platform and on leveraging Alpha Associates and our new partnership with ICG, which opens up promising prospects. Finally, in technology and digital services, Amundi Technology is now a recognized provider, covering the entire savings value chain and operating at scale in 15 markets for more than 80 clients. Thanks to our presence in 34 countries, Amundi is first and foremost a local long-term partner for you. And with the tremendous commitment of our teams, we stay in close touch with your evolving needs and jointly capitalize on the opportunities that lie ahead. For all these reasons, I am confident in our ability to continue to create value for you, our clients, and partners. Now let's return to our agenda. Over the next 2 days, many distinguished guests will offer their insights into the shifting power dynamics. Notably, Dr. Philippe Aghion, whose Nobel Prize-winning work on creative destruction helps us better understand innovation-driven growth and the often disruptive process to go there. But to launch our discussions, I am delighted to welcome to our stage Dr. Janet Yellen, former US Secretary of the Treasury and former Chair of the Federal Reserve. She will draw on her long career inside the halls of power to offer her perspectives on the dilemma central banks will be facing. Over the course of the event, we will decipher the investment consequences of this new geoeconomic context. Alongside the Amundi teams, I will be honored to accompany you during these 2 days and for the journey ahead of us over the next 12 months. I wish you all a great forum.